Dolphins acquired Will Fuller, 6 foot, 185-pound speedy wide receiver from the Houston Texans. He's highly productive. He's pretty much a complete wide receiver. The more you look at him, I'm going to show you plays from Will Fuller from this past season, which was his best season. He was on pace for over 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns before he was suspended at the end of the season. I believe it was the last 5 games. But I'm going to show you essentially every aspect of his game receiving the ball, because we know he can run with it on jet sweep actions and such. But here it is on an RPO, and I'm going to draw it up for you so you can see what they're trying to accomplish. And Deshaun Watson's really good with this. They're going to bring an action right here. And the play action is coming right here, which is the RPO, okay? And I'm still not convinced that Deshaun Watson actually has 2 options in this. Maybe he could hand off to the jet sweep, or maybe he's giving it to Johnson here in the backfield. But what they're going to do is they're just going to sneak Will Fuller right behind the linebackers, and they're hoping that this action is going to get these guys to flow and open up this window to throw the RPO. So let's clean it up. And let's watch it. And we're going to watch it slow. And you're going to see something that Juan Thornhill does and Will Fuller does kind of subtly to him. We're running it slow so you can see everything that happens. Actually, this is Sorensen who's coming up. They're going to bail on Fuller. Now here's the action. See how linebackers flow? Stop it. Saw what Sorensen tried to do? Tried to get a jam on Fuller. Try to break up the timing of the route. Couldn't. Window is open. We're running it. Watson lets it go. Right down the hash where it's supposed to be. And now he's running with it. Will Fuller. 19 yards. And we're going to run it from behind the defense. You can see Will Fuller presenting a really, really good target on this play. We're going to run at full speed. There you go. Gets upfield, 19 yards. Nice play. So how is Will Fuller on intermediate routes? Actually really, really, really good. And in this particular play, the Texans do deploy a lot of outside speed, and they're to be respected. So the Chiefs here, what they're trying to do, they're trying to disguise the coverage. They're making it look like man across, single high, but they're not going to get into that. And they are going to drop a safety, and it's going to be essentially kind of a too deep look. But the Texans here, they got this kind of route working right here, and they're going to try to get to the boundary. And what they're trying to do right here is trying to open up the throwing lane for the deep in cut. Now, this only works if Will Fuller can get an inside release and then get up the field. He has to get up the field. Then hard cut inside. The window should be wide open for Deshaun Watson to throw it. On this particular play, they just run some go routes here, just trying to open up the field a little bit. But you're going to see how they bail out of this, what looks like single high, and what looks like a just pitch and catch, right? And they're trying to get somebody into that lane, but they can't because the route is perfectly executed. And to be quite honest, the ball is perfectly thrown. And we're going to run it slow when they start bailing out of it, and we are running it slow. And as you can see, Tyrone Matthew is moving off of center field and is coming more to the right, and he is now on the right hash. So he should be taking this away. That's Juan Thornhill, by the way. And he should be taking away this throw, right? Unless the route is perfectly executed. You're kind of interested to see what happens here, right? Here's the release. Missed the jam. Good hands right there by Will Fuller. Stop it. He doesn't want to really outrun him, but look at that separation right there. Wide open. Look at that throwing lane. Look at this throwing lane right here. Look at the respect they're paying Will Fuller's speed. Look at the separation. Perfectly executed route. Let's see it to completion. Good throw. It's pitch and catch, essentially. Now get upfield. 20 yards. Perfect execution. All right, so how does Will Fuller do against zone? Well, the Steelers have this well disguised at first, as far as alignment goes, because it looks like it's too deep and it looks like it could be man up, right? But that's not what they're going to play. And I want you to watch Will Fuller, which is, he's right here, and watch something he does with his hands as he signals Deshaun Watson. Now, what kind of route are they running? They're running zone beaters. Why? Because the Steelers essentially give up the ghost rather quickly and show their hand, and we're going to show it right here. We're going to run it really slow so you can see it. Too deep, right? Looks like it's too deep. Not yet. They're giving it up right here with the safety walking up to the box and talking to this cornerback. And there you see Will Fuller's hands. So what is he going to do? Well, since they've identified zone, they're running a bunch of hooks. This receiver is going to try to clear one man out. And right here, they're just going to try to hook a guy in the short zone. And Will Fuller's just going to try to find this spot right here, which is wide open, to try to sit. Now, you can only do that if you could get down there in a hurry, right? You have to be quick enough. You have to be fast enough to get down there. And look at the Steelers. He has to get down there, right? He has to get past the linebackers. Has to get past this one right here. He has to get into the open lane, and he does. Deshaun Watson sees it. Good delivery of the football. Will Fuller has it. 20 yards. Great play. All right, this was my favorite play of his for the first half of the season. And as you can see, the Texans are on the far hash, right? So what's something that most NFL teams like to do? Well, especially if you can see something like single high, you want to get guys out, right? But you also want to give yourself a chance to score with it, right? So something that most NFL teams like to do, especially from the 20-yard line in, is the far side hash fade. So here's Will Fuller, and he's running a fade, right? How many guys throw it? It's a low percentage pass. You're on the right hash. The fade is being run to this corner end zone, to the left corner end zone. So you're just trying to occupy or hold the safety. And what most teams tend to do is ignore this. And if you come out and you line up like this, you are going to get the far side fade one-on-one 10 times out of 10. Unless that's Randy Moss standing out there. So, do they take advantage? Well, let's see it. And let's run it slow. Steelers are in single high. They are respecting this side of the field. There's a lot of speed out there. Brandon Cooks can run. And Deshaun Watson has the confidence. I have one-on-one out there. They can't get out there to Will Fuller. The anticipation is killing me, isn't it? All right, there he is. Good release. Look at the hands. Look at the hands. Got into the frame, and now he's releasing. And now he's on the outside shoulder. Ball's being delivered. That's a touchdown. Shouldn't be lost. That was a great throw by Deshaun Watson. But the release was impeccable. And the confidence to throw him a far side fade was there. All right, here's a route combination I saw last year from the Miami Dolphins, and the Texans are running it as well. And what you have here is this is Will Fuller, and he's running a corner route. And what you can have these receivers do is that they recognize man right away. So what they're trying to do is trying to get him moving side to side. They're trying to get somebody to bite up in the short zone since they're running so many guys across, and then they're just trying to run somebody past him. They have the corner route because there will be no safety over the top if this is executed correctly. They're trying to get guys up, across, up, across shallow, one, always in 4 yard intervals. Okay? And then there's just an out pattern just to hold this corner. And essentially, they're just trying to accomplish this, which is Will Fuller on a corner route with no safety. And those can turn into touchdowns. So, what happens? We're running it. And let's run it slow right at the snap so you can see it. There's a snap. Everybody's shallow. Safety's trying to get deep, but look at Will Fuller. He's smoked. Ball's thrown. Almost overthrown. Will Fuller's going to have to lay out for this one. And he has it. 43 yards on a perfectly executed corner route. All right, so how is Will Fuller with the ball in his hands in the open field running? Well, Tennessee's not really giving up anything here, except that they are playing leverage and they're essentially showing zone. A lot of teams tend to do this, and they don't mind that they do this because they feel they have numbers. And sometimes when you declare yourself early, it's harder to throw against something like that. So you have two things right here. They're just trying to get guys up the field. Right? They're even going to release tight end up the field. And they're trying to get back into the short flat or then up. And they're going to run Will Fuller on a drag. If it's man, somebody has to come off of their man to try to get him across him. Not good luck trying to catch him in trail. This is Malcolm Butler, by the way. If it's zone, these guys theoretically should be dropping out of this short zone area where the ball's going to go. So Will Fuller's going to have like a 5-yard cushion. So let's see how this is executed. And we're going to run it slow so you can see it develop. And as you can see, Tennessee is in dime. So they have the right personnel out there. And they have the right coverage. As you can see, here's the drag as they clear everybody out. Simple dump off. As everybody cleared the zone, now Will Fuller has it, and he's cutting upfield. Nice cut right there. And I was headed for the sideline, and if he could break one tackle, he could score with it. Good job to slow him down. Now Beard has the angle and pushes him out of bounds. But that's 22 yards. Let's watch it from behind the defense so you can see him run with it. There's the drag. There's the dump. Nice cut. Another nice decision right there. Getting to the sideline. Beard pushes him out of bounds. That is 22 yards. All right, this is Will Fuller in 3 deep, and we know what you came here to see. So, since it is 3 deep, pretty simple way to attack this is that since this is Will Fuller, he's just going to run a go route, right? Although he's going to give a little hesitation, try to give the safety something to think about, right? As this man will stutter and get into the deep or intermediate zone. So how do you play this? Well, you got to get wide, right? You got to run with them. But most guys just don't think that a guy's going to get down there. And the ball is 53 yards away from the end zone. So the distance is also your friend. But Will Fuller is pretty fast. And we're going to see right here. And we're going to run it slow right here. as you can see, and let's stop it. Deshaun Watson has it, and he sees that Will Fuller already has a free release. This man has to get deep. He just has to get deep, but he is eyeballing this right here. Kevin Beard is patrolling the deep center. This man has to get deep. And of course, since they're rolling up the corner, this could be called the blown coverage, but it really isn't. Because in case somebody releases, which they are right here, you have 2 men in the short zone. But this man has to get deep as soon as he saw this action and the corner rolls up. He does not. He gets flat-footed. He gets parallel to the end zone, and you know what they say. And we're going to run it really slow, and I'm going to try to stop it. We're going to stop it right here. As you can see, they're almost even, right? Deshaun Watson already sees it. And if they're even, Will Fuller is leaving. There's the ball. This is a pitch and catch. And a 53-yard touchdown. Nice play. All right, here's some confidence by both teams, really. Confidence by Deshaun Watson to just throw it up to Will Fuller. And confidence by the Jaguars to actually try to blitz Deshaun Watson with all that speed that he had on the field. So we're going to run it. And we're running it slow. And Deshaun Watson is he's kind of seeing what's happening here. They got guys at the line of scrimmage. 28 isn't covering anybody. That's Josh Jones. Okay, and this is C.J. Henderson. Top pick, C.J. Henderson with Will Fuller. And as you can see, look at that. Will Fuller just got the, hey, just run down there. He got the just run down there signal. And are the Jaguars really going to go through with this? Deshaun Watson seems to think so. Because Will Fuller just got the news. And the Jags got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're showing 7 at the line. An 8th is coming into the box. And they're coming. And we're going to stop it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actively in the rush. We got man here. This guy's just, he's bailing on the play because he knows he has to get deep. But Deshaun Watson knows where he's going with the football. He's throwing it to Will Fuller. He's up against a rookie one-on-one. And Will Fuller already extended his hands and is getting an outside release. So all of this is good news, right? Good news for the Texans. This should be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson throws it up. One problem. Ball's severely underthrown. And as you can see right there, ball's 10 yards away. And we're going to bring it back a little bit. Ball's 10 yards away. And as you can see right there, Will Fuller is already adjusting for it because he knows that it's short. He's going to try to high point this ball because it's short, right? Let's see what happens. And he catches it clean, keeps his feet. C.J. Henderson is off balance, and now it's a foot race. And not many people can win a race with Will Fuller. And in this case, really nobody in the NFL can. And that's a 77-yard touchdown on an underthrown ball. Okay, even more confidence here. You gotta see this play, and let's watch it slow. This is man up, and this is single high, and this is Will Fuller right here. He's running a corner route, but something subtle happens here. He's looking back at Deshaun Watson, and look where he points. Points at his man who's coming up to the line. He knows it's single high. He knows that it's man up. He knows he has a man one-on-one. So Deshaun Watson should know where to go with this football, right? Let's see what happens. This is supreme confidence by this corner. He comes off. And then he says, no, I'm going to bump you at the line. And now it's all but declared single high, man up, across. And Deshaun Watson already knows what's going down, so he knows where the ball is going. There's the jam. Slippery by Will Fuller. Oh, that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Deshaun Watson immediately sees it. That's a wide open Will Fuller. Catches that at the 40. Now it's about scoring with it. Let's score with it. What a play right there. To get a piece of him and break him down. Let's look at the release. It's a big play by Will Fuller. Let's watch the release. And he's right here. He's going to release inside. Now let's see him. Couldn't get the jam. Dipped his shoulder. You saw it? Nice job to dip his shoulder. And he's completely lost him. I think this is what you call separation, right? Like all of this stuff right here. That is separation. But let's get back to it, because it's really good football. Like when you see it, it's worth repeating. Look at Will Fuller. Look at his right shoulder. And we're running it slow so you just don't miss a thing. Look at the release. Look at the dip. And he's past his man. And goodbye. That's what you call... Like, that's separation. Let's call it 1, 2, 3, 4. A full 5 yards of separation. All from dipping your shoulder. This was 38 yards on the play. Look, at this point, everybody knows if Will Fuller's out there, you got to pay attention to him deep. And this is Amanio Owari, I believe that's his name. And he keeps showing supreme confidence of going up against Will Fuller. But this time, the Detroit Lions, they had this pegged. They're going to have the safety deep. They're going to have him on the hash. But they're playing single high. And Deshaun Watson essentially doesn't care. And he's going to throw it up there. He's going to give Will Fuller a shot. And let's see this again. They're keying on this. This is at the 40-yard line. Let's see the release. Nice little stutter step. Doesn't get a hand on him, and it's over. Right there, it's over. Safety does not get off the middle of the field. He has to be on this hash. Quite simply, the play is going there. Deshaun Watson has the supreme confidence. No jam. No hand in his face. What is it we're saying? If he's leaving, he's leaving. Ball's in the air already. Safety making a beeline for that corner. Look at that. That's about 6 yards of separation. Touchdown. That was too easy. Let's see it from this side. Yeah, it's just pitch and catch. Touchdown. Will Fuller.